From racism in the playground to dyslexia and ADHD, it's fair to say our next guest has overcome a number of barriers on her way to having a successful career as a space scientist.
In her new memoir, Dame Dr Maggie Aderin details how she reached for the stars and now hopes to inspire others to do the same. And she's with us. Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning.
To you. I tell you what, whenever we speak to people who've written a memoir,
Yes.
there are a couple of things that spring to mind. It could just be a celebration of life. And, you know, let me tell you about what I think. Well, it could actually be quite painful. It could actually be quite revelatory and involve a lot of self-reflection. And I just wonder which way this went for you.
It's the self-reflection, actually. And it was quite challenging in some ways because it's sort of looking back at sort of at all my experiences and sort of trying to process them and understand them with where I am today. And it was, and there's some sort of quite painful moments with sort of my relationship with my mum and my dad and things like that. And so revisiting those. It's funny, when I was doing the audiobook, I was reading it, which was quite hard because I'm dyslexic. But also, there were some bits I had to redo because the emotion was just so strong.
And I suppose you just hadn't addressed them because as children grow up, this is the setup.
This, yes,
whatever
and this is
the
the
setup,
norm.
that's your norm.
Yes.
You don't know whether, you know, to compare to others. Yeah, a little bit when you look at friends and you but this is your norm. And it's only when you're perhaps older and you say, hold on, that wasn't.
And that was really true for me because I went to, 13 different schools when I was growing up. And so it was sort of, yeah, well, how did that happen? And none of my sisters, I've got 3 other sisters. Oh, thank you. And that didn't happen to them.
Maggie, want to just have a sip of water for a second? And we're showing some of these pictures now. And maybe in just a moment you can sort of tell us where, like this picture here. So what age, where were you? What's happening in your life?
So this is me when I'm about 4 years old, and I think this is when my parents split up when I was 4, and so this is, I think, just before that. And actually, this is me. This is a terrible photograph of me.
No one likes their school uniform photo.
How old are we there?
I'm thinking
11?
about, 11, 12 there.
Okay.
And this is my mum, who was always amazingly glamorous. And
I was going to say, she's really glamorous.
I know, I had a lot to live up to. So. But yes, because my parents split, I went to 13 different schools because sometimes I was with my mum, ran away from home twice. And so it was quite, a tumultuous childhood. But always with one goal in mind, that desire to understand the universe and get out there.
Are they still alive now, both of them?
My mum is. My father passed away.
Has she read the book?
She has.
And
it was quite interesting because for a while we were estranged. And it was interesting exploring that. And that was, again, one of the painful places. But I think it's made us stronger in some ways by revisiting it. And she showed me letters that I wrote to her when we were apart. And, yeah.
Where do you think, fundamentally, your curiosity, in all things, but maybe most of all about what's up there, where did that spring from?
So I think my father, it's funny because he was bringing up 4 daughters in the UK in the 1970s, and I think he felt we were vulnerable. So he said, yeah, education. And in the book I talk about how my father said, so what Oxbridge College are you going to go to when I was about 4 years old? So he thought education was the key. But for me, it was all about hearing about the moon landings, the clangers. The clangers are so close to my heart. And then it's sort of Star Trek.
And which of those 2 things is real? The clangers is real and the moon landing was fake. Have I got that the right way around?
We're going back to the moon.
But really the clangers, I mean, because I'm not dissimilar in age from you, and I remember the clangers being...
Yes. Well, they rebooted them a few years ago, and they actually put me in the clangers, only the 2nd human to visit. And so there's a picture of there's actually an episode called The Visitor, and I'm visiting the clangers.
And so if we fast forward to the extraordinary career you've had now and the place you have, people think about you and they think of space. You have, through your work, met many heroes, haven't you?
I have, yes. And so I mentioned Star Trek. I met Lieutenant Uhura. And, oh, my goodness. Actually, the thing is, because I always see myself as a professional, but when I met him, I was like, you're Uhura. And I was just...
And the significance there is that her role in Star Trek, she was the first black woman to have a role like that.
Yes, and it was
in a sci-fi drama, and people... That was a very significant moment in time.
It really was. And the thing is, and she wasn't sort of an adjunct. She was one of the main team. And she was a role model for me. I thought, yeah, that's what I want to do when I grow up.
What do you say? I mean, you've become a role model now. And I know that's sometimes...
It feels sort of...
It's like, really?
It feels... Yes.
But you are. And, you know, you've written books for young children to get them into space.
Yes.
You will have, I'm sure, young children write to you.
Oh, yes.
And, you know, ask questions and out of the mouth of babes, etc. But you mentioned that, we're going back to the moon now. Now is just as an exciting time for space, considering what we do know.
Yes. I think it is.
And for young people, how do you keep that kind of enthusiasm?
I think it's showing them that there's so much we don't know. One of the things I did the Christmas lectures last year, and the 200th anniversary at the Royal Institution, and it was sort of, is there life out there? And we've got these glorious pictures, but each one of those stars is a sun like our sun, and they have planets going around them, and we're detecting those planets. But there's so much we don't know. And so in the book, I explore that, sort of, and let the kids know that, it's not done and dusted. We only know what sort of 6% of the universe is made of. The other sort of 94%, we have no idea what it is. So the universe is theirs to explore.
Also, I just think we don't know what it is. Could be made of unicorns, and but there could be life elsewhere. I think it'd be bonkers to think that there isn't, considering how little we know.
Yes, and see, it's hubris to think that there isn't, because, as I say, there's 200 billion stars in our galaxy. Each star like our sun, planets going round it. There's 200 billion galaxies. Why would life just occur here? It's a numbers game.
Briefly, Maggie, what would the little girl we saw earlier on make of the person who's sitting here now?
I think she'd be gobsmacked. I really think she would, because I never expected... I have crazy dreams, and these dreams have given me opportunities which I would have never thought I'd had. And so, meeting sort of, David Attenborough and things like that, it's just been a wonderful roller coaster ride of a life. And I think I want to tell other people, think big and think crazy and see where it takes you, because it's definitely worked for me and it could work for them too.
What a great sort of principle to go on.
Think big, think crazy. That. Love it. Maggie, thank you.
Thank you.
Dame Dr Maggie Aderin's memoir is called Star Child, My Life Under the Night Sky.